Luffy's Sun God Nika transformation is just an OP power-up for Luffy, which gives him the edge to go toe-to-toe with the other Yonko.Heck can go into the debate with the other shonens like Dragonball, Naruto and Bleach. But since it's made official about Gear 5's color scheme, that this transformation is a white color, I have started to have questions. Why is it white? Does it go back to my old theory that Luffy is dying, or this is just the beginning of something more? Something like a second transformation. Hi everyone, Flying Panda, the One Piece theorist.
Luffy Gear 5, Level 2, Day Transformation.
But before we begin, I want to shout out to Toei Animation and Hody Anime for inviting us to the One Piece film Red at the UK premiere. I even met One Piece film Red director Goro Taniguchi and told him my opinions of the film. I think he likes what I said. Even Legendary Anime even bowed to him. And I finally met my UK YouTuber brothers, Anime Balls Deep. You know what that means. Luffy is dying. Have I caught your attention with all the times Luffy is shortening his lifespan via the Gear 4's and Imperial Vanguard's hormones and such, does it seem like he's being set up to die at the end of the story? If you don't believe me, then here are some reminders. During the Ennis Lobby arc, Rob Lucci pointed out that Luffy's Gear 2nd is shortening his life by using it as it strains his body to another level. In Impel Down, during the fight, Luffy started hitting Magellan but only injuring himself with Magellan's Hydra. He also breathed out a poison cloud into the air which made Luffy weaker and weaker until he couldn't fight anymore. His body started failing him and couldn't move. Magellan covered Luffy's body with Hydra and told him he only had 24 hours to live. After the incident with Magellan, Luffy was being cured by Imperial Ivankov by giving him the healing hormones alongside tension hormones. The healing hormone cuts 10 years lifespan on the receiver, so Luffy had 10 years removed from him. During the time skip while he's in Rusukena, Luffy managed to master Gear 2nd and 3rd. Luffy used Gear 2nd for a short period, just several seconds, than before, as he knows it takes a lot of energy and he could use that energy for Gear 4th when encountering deadly opponents. Now you're starting to understand. A lot of these One Piece theorists think that Oda Sensei might do something like that to draw his parallel to the way Goldie Roger died. Roger became king and died shortly afterwards. As we have seen before with Goldie Roger and Whitebeard's death, Luffy surely has to die the same way with a big smile on his face, visiting Laughdale seeing that it is the One Piece and yells out that the One Piece is real before his final breath. It would be so heartbreaking if he became the Pirate King and died shortly afterwards. Then the counter for this theory would be that even if Luffy develops the disease, he has Chopper. This is where I think Chopper will really test his medical skills if Luffy becomes sick like Roger and cures him. Something he said, he will be able to cure any disease. That would be epic in a way that Chopper will achieve his dream by curing Luffy, but there is no answer to the fact that Luffy is still shortening his lifespan by using his gears. Now, you understand why I said Luffy is dying. Then all of a sudden we get to see Luffy's Gear 5th, the Nika awakening, having white hair. Another power-up in the One Piece series that we have seen someone whose hair turns white, and that was Hody Jones. Hody Jones is a great white shark fisherman, the captain of the new fisherman pirates before the downfall, and a former soldier of the Neptune army. He is an admirer and militant believer of Arlon's ideals, and the primary antagonist of the Fishman arc. After overdosing himself on energy steroids, Hody went a drastic change in appearance. He no longer had a large belly, being far more muscular than before, with his muscles bulging in size with thick veins appearing, particularly on his arm, and his size greatly increased, being equal in size to Icarus, much the largest of the new fisherman pirates. While sitting down, his dark hair has lightened exponentially. After being defeated in prison, another side effect of the energy steroids kicked in, the shortening of the user's lifespan relative to the number of steroids consumed. Unfortunately for Hody, his and his fellow officers' energy steroids abuse had resulted in all of them becoming old and frail, and Hody's appearance has changed to that of an old man's. Considering more age than his subordinates due to taking especially large quantity of the steroids, his hair remained white and nearly all of his hair on his upper scalp fell off, causing him to become bald. By seeing all this information, let me know in the comments below, do you think Luffy is dying? Now on to the main theory of why Luffy's transformation may not be him dying, but instead could be leading towards a new transformation. I find it interesting that even though Luffy's Nika is the sun god, why we only seen his silhouette during the moon and even transformed during the night versus Kaido. When you're thinking of moon transformation, you instantly think of the mink Sulong form, right? Sulong is a body transformation that members of the mink tribe can undergo temporarily by looking at the full moon. Once a mink stares directly at the full moon, the transformation immediately begins, and after a few seconds they will have achieved their new form. A mink's transformation begins with their pupils shrinking to an extremely small size as their eyes turn blood red. Their fur and hair turns pure white as their bodies grow in size. Even though the white colour is like Luffy's, this description is more emphasis on it being linked to the moon. So I had to dig deeper, and it reminded me of my old theory about the day and night minks. In 2015, before we found out about it, I correctly theorized that there were day and night minks. Now is this a big clue on Luffy's next transformation? Nika day or sun version? I believe that if Luffy's awakening is through during the daytime, he will appear in a different form. It doesn't seem so far-fetched considering we have seen Luffy's Gear 4th have different transformational forms, so why not for Gear 5th? The legend states that Nika was a great warrior in his silhouette appearance. He was seen holding a sword and a spear. Will this form give Luffy his own rubber weapons? To add, did you know that Oda Sensei is a longtime fan of the Pokemon franchise, and their love of Pokemon was reunited when Pokemon Go hit the market, and now Oda Sensei has gifted some special art to the mobile game, all thanks to a One Piece stop. The whole thing went live just as Oda Sensei's hometown celebrated One Piece with a new statue. The province debuted a new life-size statue of the Straw Hats, and this one brought Jinbei to the streets. He followed other characters like Zoro and Luffy, and of course, this statue is marked as a Pokemon Go stop in the game. Now, in the Pokemon game releases, yes, I also bought my son the Pokemon Violet as well. There are always two games which are opposite colours of one another, like red and blue, black and white, and even sun and moon. What if this is the case with Luffy and his Gear 5 power transformation? Let me know in the comments below of what you think of this theory so far. Now to end off, even though we've been talking about two different powers, what if there was actually a third? As most things in One Piece, everything comes in threes. During a radio program in December 2021, Japanese comedian Sanma Akashiya, who is a friend of Oda Sensei, speculated that Nika might be based on himself. Oda quickly messaged him to refute this and stated that Nika would show his face the next time he appeared, a statement that proved to be true. Sanya Akashiya, born July 1st, 1955, is a Japanese comedian, TV presenter, radio personality, and actor most commonly known as Sanma-san. He is known for his ability to endlessly carry a conversation. His brilliant front teeth are often ridiculed even by himself. Now, together with Beat Takeshi and Tamori and Sanma, is said to be one of the big three television comedians of Japan. This is a stretch, but what if Oda Sensei will draw inspiration from these big three comedians and give Luffy 3 transformations? What do you think? Anyways, thanks for watching the video. Please click like on the video and please share it to your friends if you haven't. I've been gone too long and my channel is really dying, but I try my best to get up and running again. Please leave comments down below, please click like, and if you haven't, please subscribe to Flying Panda, and of course join our Discord.